Hey, Mr. Cenk, aka Dataline.
Yep.
Seeing you again. Another
Yes.
another year, another continent,
Another NAMM.
another
Yeah.
NAMM, and Overbridge this time, right?
Yeah, it's OverBridge 2.0, and also model samples. This is what we're announcing at NAMM 19. And yeah, let's have a look at OverBridge. So what I have in this setup is I have the Digiton and the heat, and they're connected through the overhub. And I have a MIDI controller, overhub 2. Then we have an awesome RO sound card by Universal Audio that goes into some kind of, I don't know, it's a firewire or something, but it's not really in the overhub, it's directly to the computer. So that's the setup I have. And as watchers will know, we've released the public beta a week or two ago, and it's doing really well. And we're at the final stages of really releasing Overbridge for once and for all. And
I bet that there'll be a lot of champagne drunk at the office.
yeah, I'm still sobering up. I've got a massive hangover. Yeah, it's been quite a celebration, a lot of relief, and we're very happy to see that people are using it and giving us feedback, much required feedback to make it a perfect product. So here I have multiple tracks. On this track here I have the Digitact plugin assigned, and this is the plugin here. It's very responsive to what I do. If I want to change the start endpoint or something, it shows on the screen. So, and I can also control the filter from my mouse also. So you got a both-way communication there. How does the audio route? Because if you look, the analog outs and ins are not used. I've only got the USBs connected, even for the analog heat. How does that work? Well, if I go into my sound card preferences, I can see that I haven't chosen the input device. This is pretty cool. So that means that I still have an empty space to use. Like, I don't have to use Digitact or analog heat as inputs, which you can because they are actually officially audio interfaces. But in this case, I left it like this, and this is our main sound card output. And all the audio is handled by the plugin. So in this track, I have the stereo output. So if I press play on the DAW, which is in near sample accurate sync, we have really worked hard on the synchronization. And let's get to it. So I press play. This is the pattern I have. And it's only on the main channel here. And of course, when you run your audio into the DAW, you can start adding effects. I have some MIDI mappings going on here. So if I push it a bit, I get a distortion. And some like interesting vocoder going on maybe. And some delay and weird. So you can add these effects to your plugin output. It's really cool. What's the next thing is that let me solo the individual tracks. So here I have set up that track number 1 to track number 8. These are the individual outputs. So if I press...
From Digitact?
Exactly, from the Digitact. So what I did is that I created extra channels on Ableton and routed individual track audio into Ableton. By doing it like this, you can record multi-track audio, add individual effects to the sources. And let's have a listen to the difference. So this is the individuals, as you can hear. And if I switch to to this track, the result is the same. So you can actually get like a pretty close mix when you're recording it dry and the full stereo thing. And for the sync, let's have a look at the sync. Let's go to this. So I've got some loops here on this channel. I'll solo that too. So let's launch this clip and see how the sync is. Yeah, it sounds okay, I think. Yeah. So by doing this, the whole DAW can be in sync with your Overbridge compatible Elektron machines, which is quite a neat thing to have, I think, in a setup like this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I think people forget, Overbridge is doing something that nobody else has done.
That's actually true, Nick.
I mean, the aggregation of these devices sort of outside of the aggregation of the OS is kind of a pretty big deal,
I think the visual feedback especially is, I think it's unique to us. I really like this. And the visual feedback, as you can see, it's been updated. The whole Overbridge has been refined for easier use. You have got like a piano roll, exactly what we wanted. We have got a sound browser. You can assign your samples from here. You have the let's see, the filter envelope. You have the LFO right here, and you can see what the speed is. You can trigger your tracks from here. It's all like works in and out. If I switch the tracks from here, the plugin responds. These are the stuff that I get really happy with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's nice
what
to see
you want.
that.
Right.
So let's see what else can I show. We got the analog heat plugged in. Well, let's say if I want to run the Digitact into the analog heat, but I want to do it in the convenience of my studio setup. So then what I would like to do is, let's first press play and solo only the Digitact stereo channel here. Okay, so now I see that here I have an analog heat channel, this one, and I have the plugin here. And if I go here, I can see this is the analog heat plugin. I'll turn this section off. And here we are. So I can see the audio. To hear this, I'm just going to solo the analog heat track.
So that's a real-time waveform input display.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can have it like fast, slow. Yeah, it's pretty neat. You can even see your envelope, follower, LFO. This is eyegasm. And
I like that.
Yeah. So
it's quite overwhelming, actually.
It is. So now the audio is running to the analog heat, so I can really like start processing my, and the LFO is in sync with the beats. This is a very neat feature to have, actually.
And it must make recording an actual performance for somebody like you just really easy.
It is amazing.
Multi-tracking, anyway, yeah.
And of course, you just said it, Nick. Multi-tracking is the key here. What I have done, I've armed all the tracks here. And if I go to, let's just mute the stereo. If I go here, all the tracks, I've actually been recording something. So if I select all and delete, start a blank one. And if I just hit record, I'm recording everything separately. Even the analog heat track as well. All of them ready to be produced and added to your production later on. And what is really extra neat is the inputs on the analog, the Digitone and the analog heat can be used for your sound card. So you can use it as just like an input, for your guitars or your synths, and that can be recorded separately also. And that's pretty what the OverBridge does. And of course, the MIDI tracks can be used to sequence VSTs and all that stuff. And one thing that I just forgot actually, that I really enjoy doing, is I really enjoy routing digital audio from a DAW into the analog heat, because that's what kind of the DAW world kind of lacks. It's the dirtiness, the roughness. You want a bit of like noise and all this affection in the music, to I think make it attractive for more people. That's just my thoughts. So that's why I find it very nice like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say audio from on the analog heat channel from the breakbeat channel, and I'm going to say post effects. So then I'm going to solo the analog heat. So now if I press play on this sample here, now it's going through the analog heat. So maybe we can get some biscuits going on, rough crunch. This is a quite extreme audio example, but you guys get the idea. You can really bring life into your digital audio through this analog processing.
Absolutely. Really, I'd imagine everybody's wanting all Elektron stuff to be OverBridge. That would just be the dream, wouldn't it?
Yes, exactly. That's a really cool way to do it. Now, you think that we're over, but no. There's one extra thing that I want to show. So, yeah, I am not a live or a music production person, so this feature really applies to me. I get very happy when I can quit Ableton, which is my work, and go home and plug my machines and run this application. In this application, I can have a tape. I have a tape recorder here, which shows all the incoming audio tracks. So let's pick another preset. I'm getting bored of that. Let's do this one. Because I muted the tracks, I unmute them now. And here I have all the audio tracks routed in a standalone application.
And that'll just basically, to WAV files or whatever?
Yeah, it's a 48 kilohertz, 24-bit WAV recording. Also the inputs, notice that it's separate tracks. So for example, if I don't want to monitor the main, I just want to hear the kicks. Oh, they sound okay. Let's hear the hi-hats. Okay, let's hear them together. So this is a great way to, record your mixes and look at them. And yeah, you can select where you want to record. You press capture, which is recording the desktop on this file here. I press capture, now it's recording. And at the same time, you can maybe just jam around. And yeah, that's being recorded in there. So I can like really mess up, really space out. Some people like doing that. And all this is getting recorded separately. So if I stop it, go to the recorder, the folder, and here I have all my folders. Yes.
Neat.
And this can be dragged into your DAW productions. That's all I have to say for NAMM 19 now. Do you have any questions, Nick?
Yeah, so beta, when's the public release, you think? Have you got a date for that?
Yeah, right now it's available on our forum on Elektron that you can log in and download. The full release, the actual release, is going to come soon. One thing that is missing right now is a Digitone plugin. Right now with the beta, public beta, you can select the Digitone as a sound card input and stream your audio like that. Once we're ready with like a proper plugin like this, proper application, standalone application, then we will release it as like a full suite. And I don't want to really say a time because you know what happens when we say a time.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. What I can say that is we worked really hard. I am extremely proud of the team that they did this because followers will know. We've been trying to show this for years, but now I can say that honestly this works like really, really stable. I'm very proud and I'm very happy to see a standalone application because this is going to really apply to our core users, I believe, because people like to twiddle on these machines without a DAW. That's a fact. But people who like to use DAW want to fiddle also. So we're kind of catered for everybody. But that's it from me. Thank you very much, and yeah, thanks, Nick.
Thank you very much, Cheng. See you soon.